Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. Today we're talking about relationship hoovering again because it's a big thing. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen, and to remind you that the first part of my Living with BPD course, I nearly stumbled over that a bit, didn't I? The first part of my Living with BPD course is now available. It's the first sort of foundation, most important part. It's all about self-identity and that kind of thing and how to get one. And it's over on patreon.com/earlymorningbarking, or you can hit the membership join button on my YouTube channel below. My phone's going off. This is just so remarkably unprofessional. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry. It's such is life. Anyway, we roll with the punches, don't we? It's not how we fall down, it's how we get up. Let's talk about relationship hoovering. This has come up a lot for me over the last week or two as I've been doing that course video, and I've been posting some TikToks asking people what hurts the most and that kind of thing, and discussing various relationship things. And it always comes back to this hoovering thing. And I know I've talked about this before, and inevitably over time I'm going to talk about things repeatedly. But in my last video about this, I called it BPD relationship hoovering. And I have absolutely no idea why I did that. And I haven't even gone back to watch it. I'm so disgusted with myself with the title. I need to do it again. Because this is something that stretches both personality disorders. It's not a BPD relationship hoovering thing. It's a cluster B relationship hoovering thing. Definitely applies to both BPD and MPD. Just it happens in different forms and for different reasons in different ways, but it's the same thing. And relationship hoovering, what we are generally referring to, is a process of breaking up with someone, getting them back with you, and then breaking up with them again and getting them back with you, and doing this over and over again, as long as the other person will put up with that. Now, the way this came up again recently, it was, I think I was talking about MPD somewhere, and someone asked the question, like, how do you expect people to put up with you when you're like that? And the simple answer is we don't. We don't expect people to put up with us when we're like this. We can be pretty horrible, and we know in most cases that we're sort of getting what we're getting until you tell us to get lost. And the elements of control that some people with MPD might bring into a relationship are really there to prolong that as much as possible. But we know ultimately, why would you put up with this? Why would you do that? So you're going to break things off eventually, right? And so we might preempt that. We might break things off with you. We might push it until you break things off with us and then promise to change. And look, we're all capable of change. I really truly believe that. And there will be people out there with MPD who end up losing relationships and promise to change, and can and do. Right? But promising to change without real work and change is not a promise. I have to sort of throw that in there. It's important. Don't let yourself be fooled by that. If you're going through hell with a relationship, don't stay in it. And if the person promises to change, they have to actually change. That's so crucial there, isn't it? Otherwise, you've just been fobbed off. But that's not why we're here. Breaking things off with somebody, and then sort of, as we classically can do, giving them a list of reasons to come, that if you do these things, we'll let you come back, or I'll come back, or whatever. We put control over people, and we sort of just break them down bit by bit. It's horrible. But it's the same process. It's relationship hoovering. It's let's throw you away, bring you back, throw you away, bring you back, until you say no more. We'll just do it over and over again. And yeah, it's horrible. And that's, I was sort of crazy to miss that before, I don't know how I managed to do that. Of course, in the BPD side of things, we have the splitting, most of all. You can split on your partner. I've done it. I will probably do it again. But the key thing to learn is to be able to identify when you're splitting and not do anything about it, because ultimately you will come back round. What do you do if you don't do that? Well, what you do is you break up with someone, and then you come back round and you beg them to get back together with you on the promise that you'll change. But then you split again and you break up with them, and then you have to try and get back with them later when you realize you split. It's a horrible process, and it's just as hellish for the person going through it as the MPD version of it. So relationship hoovering happens on both sides of the cluster B fence for me. There's so many reasons why it could go off, and it's all horrible. And I was so pleased, it's been a long time since I've done anything like that, and it's somewhat beyond me now. This is part of the healing process, that you can identify when you're splitting and do nothing about it. That's the thing with splitting. With most things, we talk about doing something about it. With splitting, the key is doing nothing about it. Do it tomorrow, as I say. Have I put that on a t-shirt yet? No one would buy it anyway. But anyway, do it tomorrow. The key with splitting, the key with all of this relationship hoovering, do nothing about it. Why would you do something about it? You're only going to regret this later. Have you not learned from your mistakes of the past? That's the key thing with it. I don't know why it took me so long to do that. I don't know why it's such a struggle and why it needs pointing out. But this thing that you're doing, you've been here before, right? You've been through this before, and it felt really bad. And you had to do the begging to get back together thing and upsetting somebody. So this time, what if you don't break up with somebody? What if you just sort of maybe explain, I'm not doing too good and I need a couple of days on my own? Communication is key in these things, especially on the BPD side of things. If you're with someone that you can tell how you're feeling, then, that's great. And you're very lucky. And that's ideally, I suppose, what you should be looking for in a relationship anyway, right? Good communication. That's so key. Now, on the MPD side of the fence, this falls into the, you're doing it, stop it. Right? The MPD in relationships thing is a tricky thing for me because I've never experienced that personally. This need to control somebody, to upset them, to confuse them, to make them unstable in a relationship. It's extraordinarily unpleasant behavior. And it falls into an odd category with this. Now, either you're unaware that you're doing it. That's one possibility. You could be completely unaware that you're doing it. And in which case, how are you here? I don't think I'm talking to people who are unaware that they're suffering from narcissistic traits. I think I'm talking to people who know that they've got something going on. And so this behavior is something you need to be on the lookout for. Now, it may be that you don't have it. Like I say, I didn't have it. There's no reason you have to have it. But it has to be something that you have to confirm you don't have. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. Are you breaking up with someone a lot and getting back together with them? You don't really have to do much research into that, do you? This, why are you doing that? All of this, it falls into this category of now you know you're capable of it. You are sort of much more morally obliged to do something about it. We talk about blame in MPD and how much responsibility we have to take for our actions. If our actions are caused by a mental health problem and a trauma response, how responsible are we for them? Well, I'm willing to have that debate all day on when we're talking about people who are unaware. But once we become aware, then we start to have much more of a responsibility, I think. And this relationship hoovering within narcissism, with narcissism in relationships, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. We know what we're doing. And we need to take responsibility for that. It's time to stop it now and start to examine why you feel the need to do this. Is this insecurity in you? Is that what this is about? Is this a please don't leave me that we can't express because we're narcissists? Please don't leave me. That's a sign of weakness, isn't it? That feeling of needing somebody or wanting somebody or relying on somebody, that goes against our code. But our code is rubbish. Our code is a front for our fears. If we're worrying about that, then these are our fears. And we need to acknowledge them and deal with them. Why do we feel insecure? What is bringing that insecurity around? Why do we feel unstable in our relationship that we need to do something to hold on to it in this way? Or play with it, let it go and come back and risk it like that? It's very self-destructive behavior within the NPD circle. It's very harmful to those around us. And the worst thing is that if it's in a relationship, we're doing it to someone we care about. And that's not how we should be treating those people. I surely don't need to tell you that. So your behavior needs to be examined, and you need to start taking responsibility for it if that's something that you're doing. And in the BPD world, don't do anything. Don't do anything at all. Do it tomorrow. Wait. Lay low. Just relax for a couple of days and do some self-care. Oh, now there's lesson 3 coming soon. Lesson 2 will be about favorite people and romantic obsessions. I'm on about my lessons again. Patreon.com/earlymorningbarking. The first one's been watched and it was very well received, I should say. It's also available as a standalone download somewhere. I forgot the URL for that. I might have it come scrolling up on the screen as I do this video right now. And you can go there and get the video on its own if you don't want to subscribe monthly. But it's a little more expensive. For this month, you might as well just subscribe to Patreon at patreon.com/earlymorningbarking. And get the Barkley package, I believe it's called, and get all this high-end stuff. Goes on for ages. Yeah, I'll make the next one quicker. Anyway, you take care. I'll see you later. Bye.